Hey, today we're making homemade yogurt. In Kurdish, yogurt is called Mast. But before we start, I want to say welcome, and if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. I post new Kurdish recipes every week. Now let's get started on the magic that's about to happen. All you need to make homemade yogurt is your choice of milk. For a creamy end result, the most important thing is not necessarily the fat content of your milk, but rather a high protein content. High fat content will give you an amazing sertik, that yummy top layer that forms, but protein is what's going to give you a creamy texture. The second thing you need is your starter, the good bacteria in the form of your favorite plain yogurt. The starter yogurt will set the flavor profile of your homemade yogurt. Add your milk to a pot, bring it to a boil, and stir constantly. Keep the heat on medium to medium high, and don't rush the process. It should take somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes for the milk to reach a boil. If you come up to a boil too quickly, your yogurt can get this stretchy, almost slime-like texture. It doesn't affect the taste at all, but it might not be the texture you're looking for. Your milk will start to get frothy when it's close to a boil, so make sure you keep an eye on it. And as soon as it starts boiling, turn off the heat and remove your pot from the stove. You can keep the milk in your pot if that's where you want to make the yogurt, or you can transfer it to another dish that preferably has a lid, like I'm doing here. Now you need to wait for the temperature of the milk to come down to around 43 degrees Celsius or 110 degrees Fahrenheit before you add your yogurt. It's around this temperature that the bacteria thrive. If you don't have a thermometer, just put your finger in the milk to test it. If you can hold your finger in the warm milk for around 10 seconds, then you've reached the right temperature. It took around 20 minutes for my milk to reach this stage. Now take some of the milk and dilute your yogurt with it and add it then back into the rest of the milk. Your starter yogurt should be at room temperature, and it's important not to use too much yogurt as your starter because it can make the end result too watery and also make the flavor a bit sour. 2 tablespoons of starter for 1 liter milk is more than enough. Cover the milk and tuck it in with a blanket in a warm place to incubate for around 8 hours. By the end of the 8 hours, the milk should now have turned into yogurt, and you can transfer it into the fridge to cool down overnight. The next morning, you'll have fresh homemade yogurt. Serve it however you want. One of my favorite ways is to top it with walnuts and honey. You'll notice some whey separating from your yogurt as you continue to scoop some out over the next coming days. If you don't want that to happen, and if you want your yogurt really thick, you can drain it in a colander lined with a cheesecloth or paper towels over a bowl and get rid of the whey. Keep it in the fridge and drain it for as long as you want until you reach your desired texture. Just make sure you save a little bit of yogurt to start your next batch. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I hope to see you on the next one.